If you've never experienced it, you probably know someone who has, and that's because domestic violence is sadly just way too common. Last year, over 200 Texans were killed by intimate partner homicide, and Lubbock isn't immune to it. But thankfully, during this Domestic Violence Awareness Month, there's people working tirelessly to make a difference. KLBK's Elizabeth Fitz explains.
Last year, according to the Texas Council on Family Violence, 2 women from Lubbock were killed by their abusers. And over the past few years, several children in Lubbock County have also died. In fact, Lubbock County ranks above average compared with other areas around the state for child abuse, which falls under domestic violence.
Children who don't have resources or families that don't have resources, it does increase the stress for those families. And so as that stress increases, sometimes children can be harmed during those time periods, especially if the families don't have employment, they're struggling financially. You know, the children sometimes are abused during those kind of stressful moments that may exist in those families' lives.
Parenting is difficult enough without the stresses of an abusive relationship.
So if I could say anything, it's, hey, reach out for the help, and there are those who are very eager to support you and put you in a safe place for your sake and also for your child's sake.
UMC, as well as other community groups like the Parenting Cottage, Lubbock Area United Way, the Children's Advocacy Center, and Women's Protective Services offers all kinds of resources for victims of domestic violence at every age.
If a parent is in an abusive relationship, I think it's understanding that they don't need to be in that relationship. Understanding to protect themselves and also protect their child.
And Women's Protective Services will host a virtual candlelight vigil this Friday night to encourage victims to get out and honor the 204 Texans who weren't able to in 2021.
Unfortunately, it's a very serious reminder of how this affects not only the women that were killed and the men, but their families that were affected. So many families and friends. And unfortunately, this is a trend that has been continuing to rise.
The Texas Council on Family Violence also found that 22 family members, friends, and bystanders were either killed or hurt in the crossfire of domestic abuse.
We need to do a better job of getting the word out there, letting people know that there is help available to where hopefully it won't escalate to the murders and deaths.
For more details on the vigil, head to Facebook and visit Women's Protective Services Lubbock. And if you or someone you know needs help, you can check out WPSLubbock.org, or if it's safer, call their hotline at 806-748-5292.